I certainly want to find out about Emma Footfoy, this peculiar name that I'd never heard of before. And her family. Now, I do know that she hailed from Marylebone. But before that, who knows?
Charles is on his way to visit an archive held at the John Smedley Mill in Derbyshire, which is set up by other descendants of the Footfoys. He's meeting archivist Jane Middleton Smith, who's been looking into the Footfoy family tree.
Jane?
Hello, yes.
Hello, I'm Charles Dance.
Nice to meet you.
So, you're going to show me something exciting.
I am.
Wow, look at all these Footfoys. Before we go on, where does the name come from?
Well, from Belgium.
Belgium?
It's originally
Okay.
from Belgium.
Do we know where in particular?
They came from Spa.
Well, this is all extraordinary, because I thought we'd be heading further east, down into the East End of London.
Oh,
You see,
right.
and here we are in Belgium.
So the Footfoys came over, as you can see.
Came to England in 1791. Where on here is my great-great-grandmother, Emma?
Here she is.
Great-great-grandmother, Emma, along with her 11 siblings.
Yes, she's part of a very large family.
Brother George, I can't quite read that. What does that say? Deputy Minister of...
Militia in Canada. Emma's brother, Frederick, had an emporium in Regent Street.
Edward was a solicitor.
The girls were all working as governesses or as teachers of music. They're a well-educated family.
Quite an impressive bunch, really.
Yes.
What more can you tell me
Well,
about?
I can tell you a little bit more about her parents.
Charles Francois and Sarah Cook, Emma's parents. He was an artist. What kind of artist was Charles Francois? I mean, was he a fine artist, portrait painter, landscape painter?
I don't know, so that would be something interesting to find out.
Do we have any other information about Charles Francois, artist?
Well, I do, actually. I've
You
got
do?
something that I could show you, yes.
Ooh.
This is your 3 times great-grandfather,
Is it?
Charles Francois.
This is Charles Francois Footfoy.
Yes.
Good Lord. I see absolutely no resemblance whatsoever. I've kind of cornered the market in playing rather austere, villainous characters. There's nothing villainous about him. He looks quite jovial and jolly.
I think he looks a very kindly kind of person.
Yes, I guess he does. Yes.
Something else to show you. And this is your 3 times great-grandmother, Sarah Cook.
Well, there's more of a resemblance to me.
Yes, there is.
There.
I think so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, shadows under the eyes, quite heavy-lidded, long nose. Well, I think he did quite well for himself, really. So that's great-great-great-grandfather and great-great-great-grandmother.
Yes.
Well, they're both pretty well turned out.
They're comfortably off. They're people of consequence.
Yes, yes. That's amazing. It really is. Be intriguing if she was painted by him, wouldn't it? It should make that a self-portrait. It's, I'd love to know more. I really would.
There is a work that's attributed to him at the Fitzwilliam in Cambridge.
All right. Wonderful. I could see so many features in her face that reminded me of my face. In fact, she looked a bit like me in drag. And I could also see a resemblance to my mother, too. Something tells me that possibly these 2 paintings might have been painted by him. I mean, it's fascinating, because I'm now going in a completely different direction, geographically wise, and also, dare I say, class-wise. I want to know about Charles Francois, I want to know how good an artist he was, how well known he was.
Charles is visiting the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge.
Hello, Charles. I'm Sally Woodcock. Welcome
Hello,
to the
Sally.
Fitzwilliam Museum.
Thank you.
Do come in.
Thank you.
He's arranged to see an original work by his 3 times great-grandfather.
Come through here. So, Charles, this is the Fitzwilliam Museum's footboy. So, what do you think?
Good Lord. I don't know what to think. I shall peer more closely at
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
3 little Chinese people flying a kite. I would have said it was a design for a plate. It's possibly a woodcut. Intricate foliage, flowers, leaves, and so on, swirling around the outside. How do you know it's by Charles-Francois Footfoy?
Well, fortunately, if you look at the back, it gives a very good indication.
Oh, there it says, Footfoy. I see. Footfoy, 83 High Street, Marylebone. Well, we kind of know about the Marylebone connection from earlier documents that we've seen. So what was he actually up to, Sally? I mean, you know, this is not a man who's being commissioned to paint portraits. This is something else.
He was not a conventional painter, as far as we can tell.
No.
No. We have come across another reference to Footfoy, which I think you'll find interesting. This is the account book of Charles Robeson, and he was an artist supplier to pretty much everyone from Queen Victoria, Royal Academy, to Charles Footfoy, because he actually was one of Robeson's customers. This is a page of his purchases.
Yes, 2 gross, 4 dozen pencils, 18 duck sable brushes. Yeah, I mean, this is good stuff.
And quite large quantities. I mean, 3 gross brushes, that's 60. The day before, he's bought 2 gross and 4 dozen. So getting on for 100 brushes in 2 days, which is quite a lot.
I mean, it's almost as if he's running a factory.
Yeah.
I want a clearer picture of this man working. So where can I go to get those answers, do you think? Who's going to tell me that?
I think your next bet is a specialist, art historian in this period, but particularly in this sort of world of decorative art.
OK. Well, isn't that amazing? I assumed, because he just described as an artist, that actually he might have painted those 2 paintings. I have a feeling not. No.